Okay, and next step. Okay. Is we'll have 3 introduction. Right here, you can see here's conveyor, here's the sensor, and here's the air cylinder. Okay. In conveyor, we recommend you to have 2 track and 2 receiver for it. Okay, sensor, we have 1 distance sensor and emitter, and air cylinder. Okay, it's just like a stopper. Okay, so we're just doing 1 by 1. Okay, we can skip this page. Okay, well, I will tell how to do this. Okay. So first step for conveyor, I recommend you to extract the component first. So here, okay, please click on. You can see in modeling and automatic assembly machine this component. Here will be a lot of component. Okay, but now it's just only in feature. Okay, so there you can see only in feature 3. But first thing we have to make it separated. Okay, as I mentioned in this page. Okay, we have to make it separated. So first thing, if I want to build a conveyor module, okay, we have to click on right click. Okay, here, okay, you can see we have a button named extract component. Okay, so please help me to press it. Extract component. Okay, so now after you extract it, okay, you can just rename it. Okay, maybe you can rename it as a dual track conveyor like this. Okay, so in our layout, we can see here we got 2 components. Okay, I'll say it again. In the base CAD file, okay, you can just click on the conveyor assembly, okay, and press right click, extract component. And after extracting, please remember to rename it. Okay, rename it. You can just copy the name right here. Okay, you can just copy the name right here. Okay, and paste it. Okay, Control C, Control V. Okay, paste it. And just rename the name. Here you can see we got the conveyor module right now. And then you can go to layout. Okay, we can hide the assembly, other assembly first. Okay, so you can press right click, hide it. Okay, so now we can just focus on the conveyor modeling. Okay, I'll do it again. Okay, that's new file. So first, find out your training file today. Okay. Okay, I'll do it again. You can see here. Okay, please help me to import the modeling practice automated assembly machine. Okay, just drag and drop. Or you can also use file import and select this directory to import the file. Okay, if you have a CAD file, it will be very common. This will be a very common operation. Okay, and after you import the file, please switch the tab to modeling. Okay, switch the tab to modeling, and under the feature tree, okay, please help me to find the dual track conveyor. Okay, this module. You can also use like typing. Okay. Okay, to find out this component. Okay. So here's dual track conveyor, and please help me to press right click, extract component. Okay, extract component right here. Okay, and then we have to rename the component name first, because now just component 2 you will not know it is conveyor if you just see it in the scene tree. Okay, see now we just rename the component, so there will be 2 components in our layout right now. Okay, so we can extract some CAD feature from component to another component. Okay, just right click, extract component. Okay, and at the new component, you just rename it. You can see here will be there will be 2 components right now. You can see, okay, the whole machine and only the conveyor module. Okay, or machine conveyor module. Just right click. Okay, extract component. Okay, right click, extract component. Okay. Okay, I think everyone already know the step. But next step, okay, we recommend you to just use extract link to make a feature under one single link. Okay, so we will do right click right here again, right click. Okay, for this CAD feature, we'll press extract link. Okay, extract link. Okay, and now we can also rename the link name right here. Maybe we'll just rename it as link base. Okay, and then press apply. Okay, you can also just double click to rename it. Okay, link base. So you can see if we press extract link this function, under this still check there will be no feature. Okay, under the base link, the feature will be placed right here. Okay, I can activate it again. Okay, I can just drag and drop and do it again. Okay, you can see if I want to make another link. Okay, another link is under this component node. Okay, we'll just click on the assembly right here. Okay, this one is CAD feature. Press on right click, extract link, and press apply. Okay, and then we can rename it. Okay, just double click. Okay, link base. So now we have a base link, and the feature will be placed under this link. You can see now there's no feature. Okay, under the base link, there will be a conveyor. Okay, so this one is just we organize the conveyor feature right here. Okay, and if you don't want to see the frame right here, you can go to layout and just right click to hide the base first. It will be more easy for you to find out the conveyor feature. Okay, you can go to layout, right click, hide. Okay, and switch back to our conveyor. Okay, the first step we'll do one thing. Okay, we'll using extract device to add the device with the CAD feature under it. Okay, so first thing, okay, maybe we'll just click on this feature. Okay, you can see here, track 2. Okay, track 2. So under track 2, please help me to press right click. Okay, sorry, maybe we can find out with track 1 first. Okay, track 1. Okay, right click. Okay, we'll find a link called extract device. Okay, extract device, and press check. Okay, and now we'll have to select the origin, and I think it's right now. In this stage, we have to select the origin. Okay, but actually right now the origin is right, so you don't need to adjust it. Okay, but for the device definition, the x-axis is the conveying direction. Okay, so the x-axis is the conveying direction. So you have to make sure if after when you're adding your device, okay, the x-axis have to be along with your conveyor direction. Okay, so now you can see here's the track 1 device under the link base. Okay, so now we just switch back to link base. Okay, we can find out another one. If you want to find this feature quickly, you can just double click. Okay, double click, you can find this component. Okay, if you just single click, you can find out this feature. But you can see there, this is only the top part of this feature. Okay, you can see here's the dump part, okay, and the live half circle, right half circle. But if you want to make it all like a built feature assembly, you have to find out the parent node right here. Okay, and then we press right click again. Okay, extract device. Okay, and we select track as this kind of device. Okay, and then we select the origin. Okay, actually we don't need to change. Okay, we have to make sure the direction of it, okay, is x-axis. Okay, and press apply. So you can see now we have one link base, and we already extract the CAD feature to under these two devices separately. Okay, track 1, track 2. Okay, so it's also already be described right here. Okay, please remember to press apply if you just after you just creating each link or each component, the each device. Sorry. Okay, and here we already described the x-axis is the conveyor direction. Okay, and next step. Okay, we have to generate the behavior for it. Okay, so now okay, it's right here, right here. Like you already know how to add the conveyor behavior, the slide interface, right? So you can add the conveyor behavior right here. Okay, it's under here. General, okay, here. Conveyor behavior. Okay, and please help me to add 2 conveyor behavior. So 1, okay, and do it again. Okay, right click, general, conveyor behavior. Okay, because we have 2 devices, okay, to control the left and right build, so we also need 2 behavior. Okay, so the relationship between the conveyor and the device is 1 by 1. Okay, 1 behavior we have to use a corresponding device. Okay, so we have to add conveyor 1 and 2. Okay, and it doesn't matter if you add it right here or right here. It doesn't matter. Okay, so you just place it where you want. Okay, it doesn't matter. So you can also just add right here. Okay, but why we just make it right here is because it's make it more easy for you to find out where is the behavior. Because like if you just click on, if you have a lot of component like here, if you're just missing something, right? You don't know where's the component. If you click on this feature, you can quickly find out the behavior right here. Okay, so it's just like a shortcut. Okay, and now you have to select the track right here. Okay, so just help me to press track. Okay, hey, sorry, let me check about it. Okay, that's okay. You have to press on track 1. Okay. Okay, and then switch to conveyor 2. And here's the device you have to select track 2. Okay, so just select the track in our device. So now the behavior will know the conveyor behavior 1 will control track 1. Okay, conveyor behavior 2 will control track 2. Okay, and next step, okay, we have to know what is the control IOs for controlling the track, right? So for a typical track, we have like power control, single acting, and double acting for the controlling mode. But I think for this stage, we can just switch on single acting. Okay, we can use single, will be more simple. Okay, please help me to select single acting right here. So track, single acting. Okay, so everything is right here, right? So here we have add device and behavior. Okay, so next step, maybe we can just add 2 receiver for controlling the track. Okay, here's R01 track 1, R02 track 2. So we can just also add it right here. But for adding the IOs, we don't have, sorry. For adding the IO, we don't need to extract anything, right, from the device. We can also add it right here. Okay, right click, okay, add device. And then we can find receiver right here. Okay, here's one way you can click on. Okay, and if you click on the base here, okay, we can also click it right here. Okay, both are the same. If you just like here, if I click it right here, okay, receiver. Okay, maybe we can just write it R01. Okay, and then press apply. Okay, here's one, right? And also another one. Okay, we can also add device right here. Okay, receiver. Okay, apply. Okay, we can rename it. Okay, R01 track 1. Okay, R02 track 2. Okay, we can just add device right here. Okay, under the base. Okay, so also now we already have two control of the for the conveyor. So back to our conveyor behavior, we also need to select the corresponding input right here. Okay, so track 1, okay, track, select the receiver right here, okay, and also here, okay, track 2. Okay, so we just follow up with the step. Okay, track 1, track 2, just select. So for behavior, we have to select like a device in the property. Okay. We have to select the devices in the property. Okay. So here, track 1, track 2, just select it under it. Okay, here's next step is like we're doing slide interface, but I think you already know how to do it. Okay, so I think I will leave it at another section. Okay, we'll skip this. It doesn't matter. Okay. So next step, okay, for conveying, we have to add bounding object for it. Okay, so bounding object is like this. Okay, I will quickly explain it. Okay. So if I just import another component, so this is the main assembly which is already be construct. Okay, so if you find DIATwin and use preference view, okay, here's a bounding object. See, view bounding object. Actually, I think in your model there's empty. You can see here's a green grid, okay, along with this one. Okay, but now you can see the conveyor doesn't have any bounding object. So what will happen if we don't have bounding object? So you can see when we start simulating, it will just penetrate like this. Okay, it will just penetrate. So now we have to add bounding object for controlling the conveyor. Yeah, I think you can also help me to import. Okay, so please back to day 1's training. Okay, and import the 00 master controller. It's right here. Okay, 00 metro controller. It's right here. Okay, please help me to import it because we need a product for verifying the conveyor. And here this product is already be built. Okay. So we can import it first. And later we'll tell how to construct this product. So don't be worried. Okay, we just need a product for conveying. But 00 master control. Okay, just drag and drop. So if we don't have bounding box, you can see the problem is now it will just penetrate. Okay, will not fall on the conveyor. Okay, so go to layout. Okay, switch back to our conveyor. Okay, here's track 1 and track 2. Okay, so we'll have to add bounding box for track 1 and track 2. Okay, so maybe what is the step? Okay, click on the track 1 first. Okay, please remember to focus on the node. Now you are just editing. Okay, so track 1, and at the right hand side you can press add right here, and then under the tree of the track 1, okay, feature tree of the track 1, you can select assembly right here. Okay, and then press done. Okay, you can also preview the box. You see here will be a box right here. Okay, and also if you want to like making some shape along it, it's also possible. But now because the belt is like a cube, so we'll only select cube. Okay. Sorry, I'll do it again. Okay. So like here, okay. If I want to create a bounding box, okay, we'll press add. Okay, and select the assembly right here. Okay, you can see here's the whole assembly for the belt. Just press down. okay, and then preview, okay, done. So that I already add to the left hand side bounding box. And also if you want to add the right hand side, you will have to do it again. Okay, select the device and press add. Okay, and under the tree right here, right here, you can just press done. Okay, preview the box. Okay, I think for 156, if you are using 156, you can just press down. It's also okay. Okay, you can see here's two boxes. So now when you just start simulation, you can see you will just fall on it. Okay, you will not penetrate it. Okay, here, okay, just press add right here to create a bounding box. Okay, and when you just create a bounding box, please remember to select the reference assembly right here. Okay, I'll do it again. Okay. Okay, select track, press add. Okay, select the feature right here. Okay, here's the whole assembly of the belt. Press down. Okay, and then press down. Okay. Actually, preview is optional. Okay, you can just press down. Okay, and right hand side. Okay, track, add. Okay, and then press the assembly right here. Press down. Okay, press down. And here we can find there's the bounding box. Okay, so next step. Okay. Okay, for controlling the conveyor, okay, we have to enable the physics. Okay, so it's quite simple. Okay, so if you have already added some bounding boxes, okay, and maybe you have the physics relation with each other, okay, it is recommend you to enable the physics right here. Okay, right here. Okay, and here also. Just turn on the physics. Okay, to make sure that there will be a friction force for you to convey the product. So that's all. Okay, we already finished one conveyor. Okay, and here is some intermediate function that if you want to make a texture for conveying, okay, you can add an animation feature right here. Okay, it's right here. Okay, so if you want to have an animation feature, okay, you have to select the feature right here. But I think actually it's already reset. Okay, but I'll do a demonstration later. Okay. Okay. And now I'm asking you to maybe take a try for conveying this project. Okay. So in our model library, okay, here I think we've got a controller. And please help me to import this one. Okay. AS332 P.A01. Okay. You can just help me to double click. So there will be another component, and it is PLC. So we have to add a virtual PLC in DIATwin for controlling this conveyor. Okay. So in yesterday's concept, we already know we have to do a little program. So in our program, I think you will find out here's, okay, switch to the program sheet, then switch to the program sheet. Okay, you can find here's a PLC for you to select. Okay, and here's empty. Okay, and even you have something in okay. And then press signal. So it is like yesterday's tutorial, right? Yesterday we already know there are two components you need to wire up. Okay, so it just like here's the port 101. Okay, you can just wire it up. Okay, 102. Okay, you can just wire it up like this. Okay, the button is right here. Okay, program, signal, and then wire the line from the controller, okay, to the conveyor. Okay, I will just disconnect all and operate again. Okay, so if you haven't catch up, Okay, I'll do it again. Okay. Just select program, signal. Okay, and also just select the component right here. Okay, just select all. Okay, and wire up like this. Okay, so I think you guys already follow up with yesterday's training. It is simple. Okay, the relationship just describe what port of the PLC. Okay, like what DO, digital output of PLC, will controlling what digital input of the conveyor, like this. So now you can just using our statement, okay, to control the conveyor. So you can just select like here, okay, right here, okay, set DO statement, right here, okay, and then here you have to follow up with the port, okay. So the port is 101 and 102. So right here you have to remember to revise, to adjust the properties. Okay, here's 101, here's 101, here 102. Okay, at the right hand side you have to select the property, you have to change the property from 0 to 101 and 102. Okay, I will do it again. Okay, set DO statement, okay, select, change the port. Okay, set DO statement, select, change the port. Okay, like this. So after it's done, if you already place a example model, okay, this model is I think it's main assembling, right? Main assembling. Okay. So back to our program. If you already do it well, so after you start simulation, you can see now it's conveying. Okay, let's take a try. And now we already have the function for a conveyor, right? And then next step, like, okay, now the problem is you can see the feature of the conveying belt doesn't work right now, right? So we'll make it work. So how can we make it work? Okay, it's just like the animation feature is right here. Okay, add animating feature. Okay, so that is in the device settings. Track 1, right? Oh, just press recompute. Okay, or if you just add a feature, okay, you can select known and select the feature. Okay, I think it will be the first one. And also track 2, right? You can select known, okay, select just one. Okay, you just select this feature to represent which one is the feature you want to display. Like here, you can see we select this one is belt 20901. So we click on the track device. Okay, it's under the device. Here we can select belt 20901. So after we play simulation, you can see the feature will follow up with the product movement. Okay, it's right here. You can press recompute or just select known and select the feature again. Okay. So that here we got the textual scrolling for conveyor. Okay, under track right here. Okay, here. So actually, we already finished one kind of model. Okay, it's quite simple. Just do adding base link, okay, track, receiver, and also behavior. Okay, and then we just add on bounding box, and then just wiring up with the controller and Now we already have one component already to use. Okay, I think we can move to next section. Okay, next section is sensor. So we also will use the same example. Maybe we also can write a small code. It's like a start conveyor. Okay, and then the sensor detect the product, right? And then the conveyor will stop. We'll just make a small project like this. So what is sensor we can do? Okay, you can see we have to select the feature first. Okay, and then iterate link. Okay, name it link sensor. Actually, this is just optional. Okay, for you easy to read. Okay, if you just want to do it really fast, you can just like add device. Okay, or add emitter for it. Okay, let me do it for you. Okay, so now I'm asking you to like use this feature. Okay, use this feature. You can see here we got the okay, sensor. Just find out the sensor. Okay, it's here, right? PSRS1-2. Okay, here. So it's the same way. Okay, just right click, extract device. Okay, and select descent sensor. Okay, then select. Yes, now we have to select a point. Okay, you have to select the detection feature right here. Okay, and then the origin of it is X direction. So you have to make sure the X is pointing the up hand side of this sensor, and then press apply. Okay, I will do it again. Okay, really quick. Okay, I will do it again. Okay, so now you just select the sensor. Okay, so now you can find out here is the assembly. Okay, actually I think in your project is right here. Okay, here's the assembly feature. Now it's under base link. Right, you just press right click. Okay, and then iterate device. Okay, and then press descent sensor. Okay, in descent sensor. Okay, and then select the origin of it. Okay, and then drawing up like here, like this. And then press apply. Okay, so we just start from feature, iterate device, and then iterate another device link right here. And in our tutorial, we ask you to add device. Actually, it's actually the same way. Okay, the difference between iterate device and add device is it depends on if you want to move the feature under this device. Okay, so I think this is the fastest way. Okay, but if you want to do it another way, it's also okay. Okay, I will do it another optional way. You can also use this way to create this device. Okay, what can we do? I think the easy way is just select right click. Okay, add iterate device. Okay, another way is like this. You select right here. Okay, you can add device right here, and then press descent sensor. And now it will ask you to select the origin of it, and then just make it up inside, and then press apply. Okay, it's also another way for you. But the difference is, if you add device right here, you can see there's no feature under it. Okay, that is the difference. So you can also, if you want to make the feature under this device, you can also use drag and drop under this descent sensor link. Okay, but I think the easy way, you can just follow me with this. Okay, I will do it again. Okay, just link base. Okay, click on this feature, find out the PSRS1-2 assembly. Okay, right click, extract device, and select descent sensor. Okay, and when you just press descent sensor, you can see under this step. Okay, this step we can see now we can select feature to adjust the origin of it. Okay, if you just select the each device, and next step you are under the detection mode, and you have to select the detection area of the sensor, and make sure the X direction is the detection direction, like this. Okay, another way is like this. If you just select this point, okay, you can also just select X. Okay, and it will be another quick way for you to change the orientation. Okay. Okay. If you doesn't know, you can just check it. Okay. And then please remember to press apply. Okay, press apply. Okay, so we got one sensor right here. So next step, right? We'll just press right click, okay, and then press sensor here. Okay, optical sensor behavior. Okay, right here. Just find the behavior. Okay, and right click sensor. Okay, optical sensor behavior. Okay, so you can see here's another behavior right here. And also you can see in this sensor settings, here you can set distance sensor for optical sensor behavior. Okay, I'll do it again. It's quite easy. Okay, under this link base, okay, also this behavior is fine. Right click, okay, find sensor, optical sensor behavior, and select the distance sensor under it in this property. Okay, and if you want to view what is the detection line of this sensor, you can go to preference, right? View. You already know how to control the bounding box, right? Like here is the bounding box. So if you want to view the distance sensor race, you can also find it right here. Right here. Preference view distance sensor race. So you can see here is the detection direction and the range of this sensor. So you may also change some properties of it, like if you change the expected distance of maybe 100, okay, maybe 10, maybe 20, you can see the line will change if you just change the distance of it. Right. So like this kind of cases, you have to make sure this line is higher than the conveyor, right? Maybe you cannot make it too high, because if the default is 1000 millimeters, if there's something else responding back pass through this line, and the sensor will also detect. So you just can set a suitable distance. Maybe you can make it 100. Okay, for this case. Right. Like also in conveyor, we also already have some properties for you to set, like conveyor speed, acceleration, right? And so for sensor, maybe you have to focus on the effective distance first. Okay. Just change the property right here. Okay, and finally, you can see we also need to set digital output, right? Digital output. So we click on right click, okay, add device. Okay. Actually, we can also add device for sensor right here, but now we are adding this one. Okay, add emitter. Okay, please tell me to add emitter. Okay, press apply. Okay, maybe we can also change the name for it. Let me check. Okay, E02 DS2. Okay, so right click. It's actually the same way. Okay, add device emitter. Or also you can just add right here, device emitter. Press apply. Okay, here's you can appear another emitter. Okay, device emitter. Here, right here, right click, device emitter. So after you add the emitter and rename it as E02, and under this optical sensor behavior, right here, you have a E02 for you to set. Okay, so select it, okay? So now we can go to our program, okay? Go to our program. So now you can see, first we can write a little program right here. Like if you want to start the conveyor, right? And maybe wait for 1 more seconds, okay, you can click on this one. Okay, this one is the delay statement. Okay, and then you can just copy and paste. Okay, maybe we can also make it false, right? So I want to control the conveyor by this. Okay, like here. Okay, moving, wait for 1 second, and stop. Okay, maybe if I change the delay to 2 seconds, you can see it will move for 2 seconds and then stop, right? This is our program. Okay, so now we have to add another one to replace the delay time because I want it to stop right here, right? So if we don't have the sensor, maybe we have to try and error to find out the right time. But actually, we don't need to do this. Okay. So we will replace the delay 5 seconds to the wait signal of the sensor. So how can we do that? Okay, back to our signal. Okay, here's the signal window, right? So we also need to wire a line. You can see at the left-hand side is the output, right-hand side is the input. So the conveyor will take the output, send the output to our PLC, like this. Okay, so now you can see the PLC port 1 will receive the sensor signal from the conveyor. Okay, I think you already know how to wire it up. And next step, okay, here, okay, right here. We'll set a wait DI statement. Wait DI statement. Okay, and then we don't need delay time. Okay, we don't need this one. We just drag it right here. And you can see here's the port number is 1. So we also need to change the input port right here. The port is 1. Okay, I just add some comment right here. Okay, so here is start. Okay, start conveyor. Okay, wait for product in position. And here we got stop conveyor, right? This one is common. Actually, you don't need to do this. Okay. I just make another way for you to easy to find. So please remember to add the wait DI statement. Okay, so you can see start conveyor. Okay, wait product in position, and then make this one false. Okay, here make it false to stop the conveyor. So now we can see what happened. Okay, now we start simulation. You will start conveying, but you can see the wait statement will make the process stuck at this line. Okay, until this wait signal will be true, and then you will go on the rest line. So you can see now you can stop. Okay, our simulation again. Go. You can see now it's keep waiting for the sensor. And until it's done, you will just send the false signal to stop the conveyor like this. Okay, we'll just do a quick try. Okay, so next one. Next one will tell how to do air cylinder. Okay, air cylinder. Okay, the air cylinder we have to use extract link. Okay. Because for link, we just need use it for like joint, or if you have some like here we set a component tree, right? So in our modeling, maybe they will have moving part and not moving part, or maybe the moving part will just have, it's a parent of another moving part like this. So if you want to build the structure of the feature, okay, maybe there will be a lot of joint in our CAD. So we have to use a trend link, okay, for distinguish the moving part and the stationary part, okay? So we'll just trend link and then press apply, okay, and click trend link and click origin and then press apply. Okay, I'll do it now. Okay, so we can now go back to our conveyor. Okay, you can just double click, okay, will be faster, or just go to layout, select conveyor and switch back to modeling. Okay, and this conveyor will use this for stopper. Okay, and please remember, if you want to extract this stopper, you can see here's a link slider too. You have to make sure it's not under this conveyor, it's under this link base. Okay, so it's quite easy. You just press right click again. Okay, please just if you are missing, you can just select this feature first. Okay, just select the 3D feature first and find out the pair assembly. So this one is the stopper, right? It's the moving part of this air cylinder. Okay, you can press right click and right here, extract link. Okay, so we can extract component for making a new component. Extract device to make the feature have some like a sensor or conveyor feature, and we extract link to make it like a moving part or another layer of the component node. Okay, so we press extract link. Okay, and typically we need to select the origin of it. So if we just press extract link, maybe you have to select the origin, but actually the origin now is right, so you don't need to select. Okay, just extract link and then press apply. So you can see now there will be track, right? Okay, there will be emitter receiver. Here's a link. Okay, we name it as AC link AC2. Okay, so click on the feature, find the parent, right click, extract link, and after extract link, you just press apply. Okay, and then rename it. But I will do it again. Okay, I will delete this. So select the feature. Okay, find the assembly name, right click, extract link. Okay, select the origin, maybe it's like this. Okay, it's fine. Okay, right here you can also rename it. Okay, link AC2, and then press apply. Someone just asking what is the difference between device and link, right? Here we got device. Okay, if you want to add a link, I see it's done right here. It's right here. Okay. Link, you can see link we have join settings. Okay, under link we can change the join, make it slider, hinge, or not moving part. So we just make the CAD feature from moving part to not moving part to moving part. Because like if we just make everything in big base, we cannot make the mover move, right? But for track this kind of devices, actually we also can make the CAD feature under it by using a track device. But we cannot. But in this kind of devices, we don't have joint. Okay, we don't have joint for you. We can only set the origin and make it like an electronical component. So this like not kinetics. Okay, it's just like some electronical behaviors for it. Okay, but if you want to set joint, we got joint for you to set kinematics, or you can have motor for you to control. So that is the difference. Okay, the link we have joint, so we will not make it like a device. But actually, these are in the same structure. Okay, so after we just extract this link, okay, we'll go back to our state. You can see now we have the AC2, right? Okay, actually now we don't need to enable these physics, okay? And we just set, okay, we can just make the joint type as slider and then set the orientation. Okay, I'll operate it. Okay, in our former DIATwin, actually we need to enable this physics, but right now we don't need, okay? Now we just use physics, use joint type, okay, and set slider right here, the slider. Okay, and select slider. And after you select the slider, you can see here we can just find a toolbar, find a scoring right here. The direction is not right? So we need to change the reference axis of it. Okay, please help me to select object. Okay, and select the direction. You can see the X direction is red. Okay, green is Y, blue is Z. So please help me to select Z. Okay, Z direction is this direction, right? So now you will go with the right directions. Okay, and then the max stop is 10. Okay, this will be the range for this joint control. Okay, so max stop is 10. So they will start at the max, min, and max like this. Okay. Okay, and then remember to enable the position sensor and the linear actuator. Okay. List 2 is just like we are adding some actuator for this link. If you doesn't click on list 2, this will like a free link in our DIATwin. Okay, what does free link mean? Free link, it means like if I just add the link, you will just if I have a link, you will just like scrolling with gravity. Okay, but if we click on the position sensor and the motor, okay, we'll say actuator, it will like adding a motor. So if you have gravity, it doesn't matter. You will just stick on it. Okay, but if we don't click on the motor, it means like it's just like a slider. It will just slide freely. Okay, slide freely like this. So please remember to click on this too for the behavior control. Okay, the behavior need to find out these two to control this slider. Okay. Okay, so next step. Okay. Okay, we also need to add the behavior for it and also the corresponding control. We will use the behavior to control this link, right? So it's same way with like conveyor and optical sensor. Okay, so we just click right click, okay, general. Here we got the air cylinder behavior. Okay, air cylinder behavior. Just click on it. So if you set it properly, you can find out here will be a link AC2 for you to select. Okay, so just select it. Okay. And now you can see here is digital input, right? So we need to add a receiver for it. So next step, right? We just add link base, right click, okay, add device, receiver, okay, and press apply. Okay, so we just add another receiver for it. Okay, maybe there will be maybe R03 something. Let me check. R03 AC2. Okay. Okay. So actually there will be a sense step. Okay, add device receiver. It will be R0C AC2. So if you have add your receiver, so right here you can find here's the digital input setting for you. Okay. I think actually this behavior settings is easy. Just make sure you have a corresponding device. So when you are setting the property, there will be something for you to select. Okay, we also have some property to control the speed, to control the active label, okay, and also the activation state of this air cylinder. Okay, but before it will be retract. Okay. Sorry. Before will be expansion. Okay. So the air cylinder will stay on this kind of relation. Because if we doesn't build the bounding box of it, then it will not stop the product. Right. So please allow me to go to IC2 again. Okay. Under this joint, you can see here's also a bounding box right here. Okay, right here. So add. Okay. And also you can just select the feature right here. Okay, and then press down. Okay. So we need the box right here to stop the product. Okay, we need a box to stop the product. Okay. So please help me to press this. Okay, delete the bounding box. Okay. Then AC2, scroll down. Okay, under this joint settings, scroll down right here. Bounding object settings. Okay, and then expand the link right here, feature tree right here. Okay, select this link assembly. Press down. Okay, and press down, and there will be a box right here. Okay, we also need the bounding box for you to stop the product. Okay, I'll first keep going on, okay? So if you have built the bounding box, so next step we can go to program. So program will also need to open the signal configure. So right here you can see we've got the new AC2 control right here. So we can wire up this line. You can see the port for control the air cylinder will be 103. Okay, actually it's the same way with if you want to control the conveyor, right? You'll just add another port for you to control the air cylinder. So they will be 103. Okay. So maybe we can write our code again. Okay. If we want to initialize like conveying, maybe we can start at the first step. We can just write the conveyor first. Write the air cylinder first. So we can set the statement. Okay, and scroll right here, and change the port to 103. Right, it's 103. Okay, because right here, right, the port to control the AC2 is 103. Okay, so now we can try simulation. Okay, you can see now it's rising. Okay, but now the problem is because we stopped the conveyor too fast. So maybe we can wait for a delay. Okay, it is start AC. Rise AC, okay. So maybe after delay time, we can wait for like 2 more seconds, maybe, and then stop the conveyor. Okay. So that will be the whole process. You can see now it's running, going, keep going. And then you can see now it's keep conveying, but will be stopped by the conveyor. Stop by the air cylinder. Okay, please. You can see run. You can see at the first step it just rise. And stop. And also you can write something like after stop the conveyor. Okay, you can also release the air cylinder like this. So we'll make 103 false. Okay, to make the air cylinder down. Okay, but I think we can first focus on right here. Okay, so I think now we already have ability to build 3 kind of devices, which is our conveyor, okay, and sensor and air cylinder. So you are really about to build your own project, okay, to make the product conveying, and when it's at the workstation, and you are able to stop it by the air cylinder and also detect it, the arrived signal or input signal by sensor.